The one in Orlando?
Yeah, it was at a warehouse.
Yeah,
I thought it was this morning when they had the cops all around there.
it could have been,
He
but I
was
thought I saw that.
upset about being let go.
Well, to our Facebook and YouTube viewers, we had a little technical issue, but we should be back up now. And everything seems to be working properly now. I hate Mondays. Mondays, over the weekend, the gremlins come in and they just mess around with stuff. And then, I don't know. Maybe I'll just have to start coming in here at 6 o'clock in the morning just to test everything.
Oh no, we can't have no, man.
No.
No,
No good.
Yeah, right?
a question is, if this was a Muslim guy that did this in Florida, they would call it a terrorist, a homegrown one. But I've noticed with a lot of the killings here, they don't call it that.
Yeah.
And
Well, I
a
think
lot of the ones in London, they were born in London. They were homegrown too.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of Muslims that are born and raised in other countries as well as here in America. There's what, 1 billion Muslims around the world? I think they've got more Muslims than I think Catholics.
Well, they did a protest, I think it was yesterday, in front of Trump Towers, and then the Jewish people surrounded them so people couldn't mess with them. There was a lot going on yesterday because in Portland, didn't that protest get very violent?
I don't know.
I think so.
I was disconnected from all news yesterday. I just decided I wasn't going to pay attention to it, and as well as the basketball game. I don't even know who won. I don't really
Golden
care.
State. Well, I know you don't care, but Golden State won.
So this is
They
the
lead-
second game they've won?
Yes, they lead the series, the best of 7. They lead the series 2-0.
All right. Well, good. I hope they kick the shit out of Cleveland.
Me too. Me
Yeah.
too.
I ain't feeling LeBron. Hey, I did see one
Yeah.
picture of him this morning on, I don't know, it may have been Facebook, and he looked like he was really distraught and hurt and all toe up. Did he have a bad game, or was it the entire team that had a bad day? Another bad day.
Yeah, I think he had a good game. I do the show on WVON on Sunday night, so we caught
Right.
the end of it while we were on because we were on at night. And so my thing was, look, hey, I ain't mad. I want Golden State to win the championship anyway. That's me.
Right.
And there was a debate in the studio about LeBron versus the league and does he have the right to be the king in comparisons to Jordan and stuff like that. So we had a little debate about that. And look, I just want Golden State to win it and take it all. And no offense to LeBron. Look, dude, no offense. I've been watching basketball for a while. You're 6'8", 265 solid. You don't have to flop. So if somebody touches you, all of a sudden you want to cry foul and fall down on the court and everything else.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. Get your
Get your
ass
game
up.
together.
Exactly. He does have good game, but still you have to flop around. Come on now. That's bad form.
He's being a brat. Is that what you're saying?
I would probably lean towards a brat type of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
put your big boy britches on and get out there, man up, and play the game the best that you can, win or lose, then go home
Right.
and enjoy your millions. Sorry, I have no sympathy for that.
I understand.
Poor LeBron had a bad game. Oh, yeah, whatever. Whatever. He's got a house out here in California that he doesn't even go to. That
Oh, for
somebody
real?
put some negative words on the gate. So
Oh, yeah,
hey,
spray
look,
painted that right.
rough life, dog. Welcome to the real world. Everybody's not going to love you.
That's right.
It's going to be like that. And I say that to anyone that are in the public eye, whether you're a politician or a singer or actor or comedian, there are going to be people out there that don't like you. And that's okay. Everybody's not
right.
going to like. There are people that didn't like Michael Jordan. There are
And
people
still
that didn't
don't.
like the president, former President Obama. There, a lot of people don't like Donald Trump. But does that stop this moron? No, he comes out and do
Nope.
stupid shit every day and keeps on rolling. So my advice is don't pay any attention to it. Just keep on rocking. Keep on rolling.
That's right.
Don't let the
Rocking and rolling.
negativity knock you down. Don't Do
That's
it.
right.
And one thing for sure that I've learned in my life, and I've seen it happen to a lot of people, when you allow the negativity, the negative words to impact you, and you start responding to it, that's exactly what they want you to do. Because now you are playing their game. They've got control of you. They see that it affects you.
Right.
Learn how to shoot them the bird and keep on rocking. That's what you do. Don't let it impact you. Keep doing you.
Exactly. Thank you. And my thing, once again, just about LeBron, real quick. If you did want to be compared to Jordan, which people were comparing to Jordan since he was in diapers, literally,
Right.
why did you wear number 23? Knowing you'll be associated with him, not only, but still, it's just like you putting a target on your back.
Well, yeah.
By wearing the same number.
Yeah. Well, that's maybe his admiration for Jordan was one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe, I don't know. That's a good question. But I wouldn't have done that.
No, me neither. Now, to be fair, when he did leave Cleveland and go to Miami, he did change numbers. He went to number 6 when he went to Miami. So I thought it was a good move, just because they burned his jersey and effigy in Cleveland when that happened.
Yeah, well, Cleveland was pretty upset with him.
Oh, they were PO'd.
Yeah. And when he came back, I think they had a pretty warm reception. I mean, I'm sure there were some people that just said, "Well, you know what? I ain't ready to give him all the fame and glory yet. He's going to have to earn it." And I think rightfully so.
That's right.
Rightfully so. So anyway, congratulations to Golden State. I'm not a fan of either of the teams, so it really doesn't matter to me. But congratulations for 2 in a row. So if they knock down 4, it's over.
Oh, that'll be a complete sweep.
Them, huh? You think it'll?
They can sweep them, yeah.
I had several people over the weekend say that. People that I was lifting around. And by the way, I'm no longer Uber Lee.
What happened?
I don't do Uber anymore.
Oh man, so you're tripping now?
Yeah, I'm really tripping. I'm tripping big time. I'm lifting people up. I am not Ubering them around. No more Uber for me. Until
okay,
Uber,
so you're lifting people up.
Yep, I'm lifting them up and taking them where they need to go. Until Uber gets their crap together, stop shitting on the drivers and the public, the people that are paying for the rides, then, until then, I'm not doing it. I took the signs off my windows. I don't even turn on the app. It's my personal protest against what they're doing. A little over a week ago, they reduced the rates that the drivers can earn from 90 cents a mile to just under 68 cents a mile. And the per minute rate, because as you're driving, it add another 15 cents. So if it takes an hour, you get 15 cents per minute, but now it's 11 cents. So when I did the math, it just doesn't work for me. It doesn't cover my expenses. So I've gone over to Lyft 100%. I was doing both anyway, but I did over 2,000 trips since November with Uber. And I had only done maybe 120 or so on Lyft because I was getting a lot of rides. But when those rides are $2.68 and $2.82 and under $3, it's just hard to justify going out there burning up gas and your time and the wear and tear on your engine, your car, and the disrespectful people that get in your car and then when they get out they want to kick the door open. That's stupid. That's really ignorant. I mean, people get out of a car and then they use their foot to push the door open.
It is stupid.
I mean, why would you do that? That is completely ignorant.
Well, it's easy, of course, when it's not your own property.
Yeah.
When it belongs to somebody else, you always, do these ignorant people do damage because it doesn't belong to them. Had it belonged to them,
exactly,
then they'll be the first one bitching and moaning.
Yeah, now you got, scuff marks on your kick panel, on your door, the lower part of the door. That's jacked up.
Right.
That's not
cool,
right.
Man.
And I do a first-class service. I offer people water. I have peppermint candy back there. Kleenex tissue, so if you got to sneeze, you don't have to sneeze all over the damn window.
You don't offer condoms, do you?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I have
Just-
something
I'll
in
just
my
check.
car that kind of looks like a condom, but you'd have to be a horse to fill this puppy up. It's a barf bag.
Oh, okay.
It's a barf bag. So I got the barf bag back there as well.
So no condoms.
No, we ain't gonna do
Okay, I'll
the
just-
wild thing in the car. Nope, man,
Okay,
ain't
gotcha.
going down
Well,
like
you
that.
should be doing it. You should pull over and do it.
no.
Okay.
My luck is so bad, man. No, I get a trick with AIDS. That's how bad my luck is. Okay.
Ooh wee.
So I also provide cell phone charger cables. I also have the auxiliary cable. So if these hip hop freaks want to play their little hip hop music,
we call them hip hop freaks.
yeah. And you know what, man? The music they play is complete garbage. I'm going, really, man? You like this? Really? And then I go into Radio League and I start critiquing
Radio
this.
League. Or the radio dog.
Yeah,
mode.
I go radio dog on them, and I said, no, man, that shit ain't gonna make it on the radio. Are you kidding me? What makes you think that's cool? I said, not only that, the track sucks. I don't know what you're talking about in this rap. What do you mean? I said, I can't understand you. You got so many effects on your mic. Can you rap at all without that? You know, they're using this voice box thing on a lot of the songs now, and they're overdoing it. If you can't understand
Yeah.
what the guy is saying, it's too much.
Do you realize now how our parents felt with the stuff?
Oh, I
we
do. But this is taking
'Cause
it
now,
to the real
now,
crazy.
Now you catch yourself acting like our parents did.
Well, but you know what? They were right, except for the Temptations. They couldn't mess with the Temptations.
No, but I'm just saying
I'd
we
divorce
sound
my mom
like
and dad
our
behind
parents
them.
sound, because Rain will get in my car and want the rap on.
Yeah.
Or Quay, Nico, I'll get in his car and he's got it so loud. I go, can you at least turn it down while I'm in the car? Why, this is a great song. And I'm like, but it's so loud.
Yeah.
And then I think back, things I did that my parents got mad about. And it's like, it's just a cycle.
Well, see, when you and I
Yeah.
were coming along, and we were sitting in the back seat while the radio was in the front seat. It didn't, you couldn't even get to the damn radio. If you had reached out to turn the channel to the radio back in the day, you probably got your knuckles knocked
No,
off.
it's just things in
You
general.
would draw back a nub.
Exactly.
It's just things in general. Like, I caught myself when I was at Trader Joe's.
Mm-hmm.
The new thing for young girls is to have holes in the back of their short shorts
Oh my God.
with no underwear on and their butts, and have the bottom part where their whole cheeks hanging out.
Right.
And it's
I
very
see
popular.
50 of them a day.
And I caught myself looking and saying, oh, disgusting. And I said to Rain, you better never do that. But she had her dress on from being, and she's pulling it down. And then I thought about it. Wait a minute, Carol. You used to wear shorts really, really short when you'd ride your
Did you-
bike.
the
And I was
Daisy
an
Duke?
adult from Hollywood down to Adams to work.
Did you do the Daisy Duke short? That kind of short?
I wore the mini shorts where it was
Well,
like a mini skirt, but
you-
short.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not showing your cheeks.
Oh,
though.
my cheeks showed.
Oh, really?
And then
Well,
I
that's
remember
nasty.
in Montana, I got arrested because I was wearing hip hugger shorts because they don't do that in Montana. They arrested
Yeah.
me for indecent exposure when I was
that's
a
not cool.
teenager.
Wow.
So I think about these things. I go, I probably would have been one of the girls with the cheek hanging out.
Well, you know what? I've seen.
I mean, I wear holy jeans. You see that.
Yeah, I see young girls, under 12 with, quite a bit of skin
Oh, well,
exposure.
that's a little too young now.
It is. But, at the same time, when you get up to 16, 18, 19, 20, and you're doing it, I think you're opening up Pandora's box. Not that, no matter what you're wearing, is it an open invitation for a guy to disrespect you in any way, but you got to realize everyone's sensitivity, IQ, and common sense is not on the same level. So it's a form of advertising, and then a weak-minded male to see you with your cheeks hanging out and all the cleavage in the world, your belly's hanging out, and you got 15 earrings in your belly. Some guys take that as an invitation to disrespect you.
For having earrings in your belly?
Well, with all the other things that
Can
you
I
said.
tell you something? I have a lot of friends. Now, I was very open about that. They're going to sneak and do it anyway. And they'd say,
Yeah.
oh, no, my daughter would never. And I would laugh because their kid would show me their belly button earrings
Yeah.
and
But
show me the hidden tattoo.
Not
It's-
just the belly button ring, but with all the other things, with your boobies hanging out, and your butt is hanging out.
Well, if you
it's
see
not-
the
it's not
parent
right.
walking around, her boobs are hanging out. I
Well,
mean,
then
you
they
won't
need to be
see
arrested
that.
too.
You won't see that with me. You'll see more of that with women that have fake boobs.
Well, whatever they got,
You won't see
there's
that.
a place, a time and place for all. That.
I don't think.
And I don't
have
think
you
in
ever
public
seen me
as
wear
well.
something real low cut?
No, I have not.
I did once
I'm
at your
not talking
house,
about you.
but it wasn't low cut. And
If you did that, Carol, I would arrest you. I would put you in handcuffs.
no, but I'm just saying, a lot of things we don't want our kids
Ball
to do.
gag.
Me
That's right.
being a female, I know when I would leave the house and my mother would check your skirt to make sure it was at the
Yeah,
knee,
yeah.
I would roll that sucker up the minute I got out the door and around the corner.
Yeah, I know. The kids would do that. Yeah, absolutely. I know kids that had a complete wardrobe in the trunk of their car. As soon as they got out of the driveway, they go down to the gas station and change. Well, back in those days, a phone booth, they do the Superman change. Come out a completely different looking person. Go, damn, what? Where's the lady that went in there before you? It's crazy.
Oh man, you know what did that a lot when I was coming up? A couple of people I knew who were PKs. They were preachers' kids.
Who are you talking about?
Oh, they'll be the worst.
Who,
yeah,
Laura?
they the most freakiest of all time.
You talking about Laura?
No, I don't think she's a PK. She's just all freak.
Oh shit! Oh Lord, let me just.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Release the freak in you and lose control.
Well, I don't think it makes you a freak because you're trying to follow a trend or be sexy. I'm telling you, when I had those parties, and I said this the other day when the guys were here, and I would hire strippers. It wasn't the women like me that you would think I would be grabbing and putting oil on them. I was the kind running into the bathroom. It was the women that went to church and the square women that got all nasty and into it. So it's
That's right.
a common fact with that.
No, you're right about that. There's always the quiet ones. You know, when they're all quiet and meek and everything, they'll give them to you put alcohol in their system or whatever, and they cut
I mean,
loose.
they didn't have.
Ooh-wee.
I didn't have to put alcohol in their system. They just maybe living at home
naturally
was
freaky.
boring to them, and so seeing a man take his clothes off all the way. And when we hired him, well, usually my daughter picked the person because I would throw parties for my clients for appreciation, and you would hire them. They would go nude. I can remember once hiring. There was 3 of them. And I remember the guy had a whistle on the end of the little costume that just fit on that, you know what?
No.
And watching women blow that whistle. I remember though my sister, now she don't like this. She dived over a couch. That's where our track came in handy because I don't know if she did the hurdles, but I did. But she was over that couch fast to get away
Trying to get
from
to
it.
the guy.
No, he was trying to get to her.
Oh,
Ah,
I had told him
she
to.
was running away. Huh?
Oh, she ran.
love is nude.
Yeah,
So
right.
you never know who's going to wake up when you do those parties.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why I tell guys when women get mad when a man does it, they're no different.
Oh yeah.
Not all
Women
the men get
wild and-
nasty or get
Yeah.
wild, but you have a portion of them. And it's the same thing with a woman party.
Mhm.
The women get just as bad.
Oh, of course they do.
He pulls out that baby oil and goes, holds it up. It's funny to watch which ones are grabbing it to want to use that oil.
The church going girl.
Oh, I had to stop. One
Yeah.
time I had to stop it. I said, okay, you can stop now.
It's too
Because
much, huh?
some of my clients got carried away, and I wasn't going to let that happen. But then they turned around and they hired them for their own private party.
Absolutely.
Had
That's
them
how
come
these
to their
guys get
house
paid.
and do some private dancing.
Yep.
That's right. Private dancing.
Yep. I know. Lady said, I'll give him my whole paycheck for some of that.
Yeah, I mean, just because we're women, we're not dead.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not one that does, but I do enjoy looking at them.
It's a fantasy to you, huh?
Not a fantasy, honey. They're there and live. It's
Well,
not a
I know. I mean,
fantasy.
but you're fantasizing.
No, I'm
Looking?
not. I'm just enjoying looking at their nice bodies.
You tripping.
No, I'm not tripping. I appreciate beauty.
Yeah.
I can walk on the beach and I see a guy come running by with a nice body. I probably do the same thing a man does a lot of times. I turn around and look.
Do you?
I sure in the hell do.
Do you whistle at him? Yeah.
No, I just look.
Wow.
Just look.
Big Daddy. Woo.
I was messing with my sister yesterday. We were walking and we were moving a little slow, and I could see this brother wanted by. And I said, "Oh, we're moving too slow for you." And he had this little snotty look. He probably didn't like women.
Oh.
So when he went by, I took my hands like this, like I was grabbing his cheeks, and my sister started laughing.
See, you're a troublemaker, instigator.
He didn't see me do it.
Yeah.
We were just having fun.
And let's say good morning to Alpha. I see Alpha logged in. Alpha, how you doing? Put the cheeseburger down and turn on your mic. I guess he's taking a nap. I don't know.
Why did Spicer think it's okay if... Remember when Trump said that word that didn't exist? Spicer came in front of the press thing and said, the president can do any word he wants. He can create a word. I thought, are you an idiot?
That's because he's
What do
trying
we
to
just
suck
have
up
a
to keep
bunch
his
of
job.
idiots? I
course.
wouldn't want the job if I was him.
No.
I wouldn't want to go down in history as the idiot.
Well, see, some people have no shame.
None.
No class, no shame, they don't care. You know, they'll sell their souls for rock and roll, and they're running behind this guy who the majority of the people in this country and around the world don't have any respect for. And he's just running amok, doing what he wants to do. So this is an endorsement that, hey, no matter how much he's an idiot, he can do it because he's he. He's the president.
Yeah.
He can make up a word. No, you
That's
can't.
basically what he said.
No, you can't. You
Well, I
cannot.
told you my favorite. You cannot, of course. I told you my favorite bit that Melissa McCarthy did on the Saturday Night Live bit, playing Spicy, as they call it now. Got on the motorized podium and went to New York to go to Trump Tower to see Trump to see if he could keep his job. And in the character, of course, she's like, "I'll talk better." And that's Spicer, man. He's trying to keep his gig because he
Yeah.
knows full well he's out and going to be replaced. So he's trying to hang in there for as long as he can.
Yeah, he's been off camera for a minute, hasn't he?
Hell, he did an audio White House press conference with no video.
Yeah. Well, that's another way of running away from the questions. See, and you do
Exactly.
a recording and just play it, and then you don't have to answer any questions because you got something to hide.
Do you hear a weird noise?
Yeah, that's Alpha's computer,
Oh.
or either that or his pacemaker. What is that, Alpha?
Who knows? It could be any number of things.
Sounds like something running.
Yeah, it's a computer.
Except
Yeah,
that I'm not even on the site. How can it be my computer?
Well, we hear that it's the motor in your computer, the fan.
Why would a computer sound that loud?
Well, it's because he doesn't have the damn microphone hooked up properly. Again.
You
Ta-
can't hear me.
I was getting
Yeah,
ready
you
to
sound
run
like-
out of here. I thought it was a bomb getting ready to tick off.
No, that's the motor in his laptop.
You can't hear me well.
I can hear you, but it sounds like you're on the other side of the room. That's how I know the mic, that your headset is not connected properly.
Because I asked you. I see on my screen. I see you and Chris. You have a volume setting on your little box. I
Right.
don't. I don't have a network or volume setting on my box, and I don't know what it's about. But to hell with it. I'm gonna wait till you get your damn
Alpha.
phone fixed.
Did you
Yeah.
see that young man in New York? What was the object of walking up and hitting that 90-year-old man? Did you
I
see
did
that?
not see that. No, I
He
did not
was
see that.
walking and he had the kid had either a golf stick or a cane. And the man was 90 years old, kind of crippled. And they have the whole video of showing me he hits him just like he was hitting a bat with the ball. Now, they did catch the young man. He's 19.
Oh.
But I mean, it's just horrible what you see him do to this man. Because I seen a guy after jump to pull him back.
Another
which was
crazy
a little
person.
too late. He had already gotten the guy. Now, do we call him a terrorist? His name's Sal Nunes. Is that a Puerto Rican name
Wait a
or?
minute, wait a minute.
Eunice?
Is he a person of color?
I don't think so. His name's Nunes.
Nunez is a
Latino name, is it?
Yeah,
Latino name.
but they're
He's a
not
damn
calling him a terrorist now.
he's a
If
damn
it's
terrorist.
well,
He's
he
a
is to me, but they don't call him that.
he's a minority. He's a terrorist.
Yeah,
If you white, you kill a bunch
I
of
was
people.
saying that earlier. If you're what, you're not a
Exactly.
terrorist.
Exactly. You're not a terrorist. They don't even call you. They don't. Did you understand the hypocrisy when Trump called the people they're evil? They're evil people. They're evil something, but he won't call them what they are. And
Well, it's just
Obama wouldn't call Islamic extremists.
yeah. And they
Radicals.
criticize him for that.
Exactly. I mean, it's all over. This is a classic case of who is framing the narrative and who run. When they talk about liberal media, where is the liberal media? Is it in the six conservative corporations that run 97% of audio, print, and video? I- but they've drilled it. They've said it enough. This is Nazi propaganda. You repeat it enough, they will believe it.
That's the way it
And that's
goes.
what they do. And
And
that's what they do.
that's part of the reason that Trump won the election, because he kept repeating his message over and over again. Hillary's a crook. Hillary's a crook. But who is the crook?
Right. That's admit nothing, deny everything, and accuse everyone of what you're guilty of.
That's right.
And what Hillary's mistake, right there, I keep telling you, Hillary's mistake was she let him get to the left of him on these trade deals. And that's what sparked everybody's interest. Oh, we're gonna do something about these trade deals. You ain't gonna do a damn thing about these trade deals. Nothing. Bernie Sanders fell short when he didn't let the American people know that Canada and Mexico are suing the United States for $3 billion per year. Per year. Because we passed the, what do they call it? The country of origin labeling, the
Mm.
Kool-Aid. So we want to know where our meats and stuff come from. And because Canada and Mexico do not supply that information, they're suing us because we are affecting their profits
Sure.
to the tune of $3 billion a year before an international court of corporate lawyers. And, and we're going to side with them. And, all of this is nonsense. This is nothing more than nonsense. They take full advantage of what is said, what is done. Look at Kathy Lee Griffin, look at Bill Maher, but let's not look at what's the boy's name who crapped his pants so he wouldn't go to the service?
Who are you talking about? He
The
did.
one that just come, the one who just come from, who threatened Obama, told Hillary Clinton to ride his AK, or
Oh,
he's a
the
performer.
the rock guy.
Ted
Ted
Nugent.
Nugent. Yeah.
Ted Nugent, yeah.
Ted
Yeah.
Nugent.
Yeah, he came back in again and said stuff.
And then they invited him to the White House.
Of course. He's one of them. Yeah. Ted Nugent was on stage and said, Obama, suck on this. He was talking about his gun. Come on, man. That's if you said that, Alfo, I'd have to bail you out.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
No, they're gonna lock your ass up.
I got self-defense. I fear for my life. The police came, and I fear for my life.
No, not if you said that about the president.
That's why I shot him. Tried to shoot him all. I fear for my life.
Yeah, well, good luck on that one.
Yeah, it's not gonna go. It's not gonna fly.
No.
Why should my fear for my life trigger a response to deadly force?
Well,
The
because
police use it all the time.
yeah, well, because your life it really doesn't have any value.
In other words, I'm a nothing black.
His
That's
life doesn't
that's
have no
right.
value.
Say again.
You don't think his life has value?
Well, I'm being sarcastic.
Oh,
Of course, his
That's how
life
it's
has a lot of
perceived.
value.
That's how I'm perceived because I am a man of color. And I heard you all down,
well, it
deep
isn't
down.
just that. They were at a football game yesterday, and when they panned into the audience, a white guy's holding this thing, and it's a Native American's head chopped off. That didn't make news.
Mm. So
So
at a
it's
Redskins
not
game.
just blacks they're being picked on. It's any minority race. Even Jewish people are getting it.
Well,
See,
yeah, that's a
I
whole
heard,
different thing. But
I
if
heard you didn't know who won the basketball game.
why didn't I know?
I said I heard you didn't know who won the
No,
basketball
I
game.
wasn't interested.
So you could care two less of a duck.
That's right.
And Chris had to update you on it.
That's right.
All I can say is, Lee, you're banned from your Uber or your Lyft since you're not Ubering anymore. You're not allowed to drive anyone anywhere ever again.
Oh, why is that? Why you want to punish me like that?
Because if
Because I didn't give a
you
damn
don't,
about a basketball game.
you didn't give a damn
He
about
was
this
working.
basketball. He wasn't working. I saw him riding down some 2-lane highway explaining stuff on
No,
Facebook.
that was up in the canyons.
Yeah, I
And
was
that
coming.
was
Okay,
Saturday, right?
Yeah.
I
up
go
in
up
the
there all the
canyons,
time.
down in the canyons. I'm
It's,
like, I don't want to see this.
But
but
you sat there and watched it, though,
were
didn't
you
you?
No, I
coming
didn't.
from the valley
Yeah, you
though?
did. I saw you sit
Were
there.
you coming from the valley?
Yeah, it was.
It's more scary if you're coming from Beverly Hills over there because
Oh.
all you see is a ledge, no fences, nothing.
Yeah.
If your car goes out of control, you can forget it.
Well, it's because you say those things don't bother me.
I have to drive that
pay
all the
attention.
time.
Yeah, me too. I go through Laurel Canyon or Coldwater at least twice a week.
Well, Laurel Canyon's only scary if it's been raining because they've had houses slide.
I think there are more tight turns on Laurel Canyon than it is Coldwater.
That
Coldwater
doesn't
is more of a neighborhood all the
it
way
doesn't
down.
bother me. So my Laurel can't Coldwater does because it's just a drop. The houses sit on the ledge.
Oh yeah, on
You
that
see all
side.
those stilted houses. You don't want to look over to the right because you're like, oh my God.
That doesn't bother me.
It does me because I don't like height.
That would bother me if I was on a ladder.
But I want to change
But
the subject for a
otherwise-
minute. Did you see Bloomberg came in and offered 15 million in the funding for the United Nations climate thing? He's making up for what they would be losing from us. He's putting the money in.
15 million. That's
Yeah.
all.
I seen it this morning on news, and now I see somebody posted it.
I'm surprised 15, such a low number, 15 million. That's really
Well,
not a
that's
lot.
what make up. They say approximately 15 million in funding. He's committing to it.
Well, good for him.
And when he
But you-
made his,
I
He
think
pulled
it's
out
nice
his
he's
hair.
doing that. Where's Magic Johnson? Why don't he drops them in there?
Well,
Why don't Will Smith? Why don't the Native American casinos? I
Well,
mean, it takes everybody.
yeah, but
So
Will
hand
Smith
it to
and
the man.
Will Smith makes about what 20 million a film.
He makes
and-
more than that.
That may be gross.
Man makes a fortune.
Anyway, he can't. I don't think he's making more
Hey,
than
he
30.
can afford to kick 5 or 10 million in too.
Yeah, well,
oh Jesus, she says it so cavalierly.
yeah,
You
right.
can get 5 or 10 million in.
But
Yeah,
let me
I mean,
just say this:
I wouldn't knock Bloomberg because he's doing
He's
this.
a-
I think it's great.
he's a billionaire, so
He's a
$15 million is a weekend on
Right.
on the Hamptons for him.
And
That's
and
nothing.
He's worth how much?
Okay, excuses.
Billions.
Excuses.
15.
No, I'm not making
$billion?
excuses. I'm putting it in relative terms. $15 million from a billionaire is not a lot of money. You know
And he's
that
not just a.
that's
he's
pocket
a
change.
multi-billionaire. He's a multi-billionaire.
right.
And
So
if
it's
he
all
wants-
relative to
Okay, so
what you have the ability to do.
Well, why don't he just drop 300, 400 million into voter registration and getting all of those suppressed states, those minorities who can't vote because they've put it out of their reach?
I thought they were changing that the other day.
No, that's just in North Carolina where they're changing they won't they're changing the gerrymandering districts.
Well, if Trump gets his way and he says it goes by, or is it Trump or Pence? Which one said that? It'll go by their income or thing. I think it would hurt a lot of white people because there's a lot of poor white people.
Oh, of
They,
course.
they never voted before. They came out of the woodwork because they think they can go out and shoot people now.
Well, listen. Today, the president announced two things. He's going to rebuild the air traffic control system, which it needs it. It needs an overhaul. There's no question about that. He also said he's going to fix all of the problems in the Veteran Administration with issues with the health care for the veterans. Now, that's two major things, and they need to be done. I agree, Mr. President. Those things need to be fixed, as well as a gazillion other things. Now, where's the money going to come from? And you're still talking about building a damn wall. You want to delete the Obamacare system. But I'm still not hearing how it's going to be paid for. You want to reduce taxes. That is the major source of income for the United States of America and any other country or city or state or whatever. Taxes. You reduce the taxes, but I still hear you spending a lot of money.
On military,
Right.
he's going to take the middle class and the poor through austerity.
Yeah.
He's going to cut, slash, and burn. And whoever dies, so damn be it.
Don't
And
need you anymore. You're too old.
it's
You're
not-
not contributing to
Right.
the
And
funding.
it's not being framed that way.
Yeah.
The messaging is just so pathetic. I get to a point where I just want to just try to stay alive
Yeah.
and back up and just say the hell with it.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It really is crazy. The stuff that's being prioritized and the things that really need to be prioritized. Now, listen, I agree that the aviation system in the world, not just in America. See, he spoke very clearly today about what America's going to do as it relates to revamping the aviation system,
What did
air
he
traffic
say,
control.
Lee? What did he say?
He said they're gonna rebuild it. It's gonna be modernized. It's gonna be the state of the art. It's gonna be the
You know
best.
what that means, Lee? Do you know what that means?
Yeah, I know what it means.
What does it mean, Lee?
More corporations are about to make a bunch of money.
He's going to privatize
Of
the
course.
air traffic control system, which will cost 85% more. So his cronies will make massive millions and millions of dollars while he exposes American middle class to the greed.
Of course, to revamp the system, and it needs it. He complained that the previous administration spent $7 billion and didn't change anything. Well, that's just a lie. That's not true because many of the airports around America, including the one right here in Los Angeles, LAX, is going through renovation as we speak.
But isn't each airline's paying for that renovation themselves?
Some of it is, yes, but there is also some federal funding that helps revamp the airports themselves. Some of them are being completely rebuilt, like LaGuardia in New York. So there is government funding going into those changes already, but he's going to showboat and make it sound like this is his idea and it's starting now. That's bullshit. It's been in the works for years. And ladies and gentlemen, I probably won't live long enough to see all of the changes that are going to be made. That's how long
you
it's
might
going
be
to take.
one of those 150-year-old men.
I hope so, because I'd like to piss on a lot of graves of these people that are doing stupid stuff now.
That's a lot of piss, sir.
and trust me, at 100 years old, 150 years old, I ain't going to be afraid to go to jail. Right? So I'll be there.
No justice, no, no peace.
That's right. I'm going to stand on his grave and piss on it. That's what I think about it. But see, here's the thing. This guy is Ringley Brothers and Bonham and Bailey all at one time. He's running a circus. And when he was doing his little speech today, I I typed a comment in there. Said, yeah, here's another showboat. This is nothing but showboating. Now, was this an executive order, or was it passed by Congress? Is this a bill that he signed, or was it another executive order? I don't know because he didn't say. If I remember correctly, there was nothing said in his little
He,
speech today.
it was not passed through Congress.
See, so
Let me put it as
where's
let
the
me,
funding going to come from?
that's my whole point, Lee. You were also speaking about Sean Spicer, and it's White House. It's by design from the White House that the cameras are turned off at these press conferences, so
Hmm.
he don't look so much like a goddamn fool.
Well,
But
you don't need cameras to
Yeah,
know
it's too
that.
late for that.
Yeah, right.
yeah, but see, there goes your transparency.
Right.
Do you think that he had a smooth, calm face when he said a small group of people know what Kofefe was? They laughed him. They literally laughed in his face. He was so embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
He was so. But you wanted to carry the dirty water for this fool. Your boss is a fool, and so are you.
Mm-hmm.
It goes on and on and on. Lee, when he pulled out of the Paris summit, there should have been Democrats giving their own press conference. Every time Obama spoke, Republicans had a reply, a
Mm-hmm.
response. Democrats don't do that. Democrats do not do that. Republicans force their way. We want a reply. State of the Union.
Right.
I want to bet it's a 50-50 proposition whether or not Democrats reply. They'll let him lie and say what he had a blockbuster first foreign excursion.
Mm-hmm.
According to who, man?
Right.
You are telling the people in Israel you just got back from the Middle East
Mm-hmm.
when you're in the Middle East, you asshole.
Right.
I mean, how misinformed, how ignorant, how stupid can you appear to be without the Hicks hillbillies and the bigoted base
Yeah.
saying, "Hey, wait a minute there, Lurleen, look at this." You know, the ignorance, the bigotry, all of that. It's just mind boggling.
Yeah, it is, Alpha. And I wake up every day hoping and praying that something miraculous has happened to get rid of this crazy that's going on in our country. And listen, I appreciate the idea of fixing our aviation system, the air traffic controller problems. I appreciate the idea of making sure we take care of our veterans. But I don't appreciate just chit chat and showboating and going out there talking about things, but then there's no real clear plan
He's got a
being
plan for
discussed in
nothing.
terms of how it's going to happen.
He's got a plan for nothing. Do you know his infrastructure plan is to give tax cuts to the contractors,
Of course, those are
and
his boys.
they'll build it, and they'll own it. He's looking to sell off
Of
the
course,
infrastructure of the United
privatize
States,
everything.
privatize everything.
The concept of privatizing, outsourcing and all that. There's some positive things about that, but some things you just don't give away. And I don't think giving away or selling off our roads and bridges and tunnels and what have you is a good idea because those guys are in it for the money. And will they live up to the standards and the safety measures that need to be in place? What government agency is going to monitor them to the extent that we are safe when we go through a bridge tunnel? If you're going across the Chesapeake Bay, going from Virginia Beach over to what is it called? Across the Chesapeake Bay, Ocean City, and those places over there. What is that called? That's where I'm from. I should know it off the top of my head, but it's been so many years. But anyway, there's a 21-mile bridge and tunnel system that you go across to go across the mouth of the Chesapeake Bay and the Atlantic Ocean. There were government regulations put into place and monitored to make sure that that was a safe build. You go under the water twice, and it's like, I think, 19 or 21 miles straight across the mouth of the ocean. If there's no one monitoring that, if that was privately owned, don't you think that these guys would skimp here and there, shortcut? So what? You got a little leak coming out of the roof. Oh, it's not going to be. We'll take care of that in a year. That damn thing leaking, it's a problem. If you're 150 feet under the water going through a tunnel where ocean liners, battleships, destroyers, aircraft carriers are going across to go out into the Atlantic Ocean, coming from Norfolk Naval Base, Pier 12 and all down in that area, they go across that tunnel. So you're telling me that there are no serious problems or shouldn't be monitored? Abso-freaking-lutely.
And who's going to prosecute them if once a disaster happens? It won't be the Justice Department because those Trump's boys.
Well, that's a problem. I see that as a major problem. So, yes, I think government needs to be involved in our infrastructure and not privatize that. And you guys can speak to what's that the roadway that goes from Chicago over to Indiana that Daly sold off. What was it, to the Canadians? A Canadian company? The Skyway?
Chicago Skyway?
Yeah. Now, have they fixed that? Have you guys driven across that lately? Because every time that I went across it, there was potholes. It was horrible.
Not lately. I mean, even when I went with my family to Michigan City, Indiana, it was a lot of potholes, right? A lot of construction all over the place.
And then they raised the toll from what it was to what it is now. So where's that money going? It's going into the pockets and the bank accounts of the people that now own that. They're not putting back into it. But when it was controlled by the city or state or whatever it was in better condition. So, I mean, come on, folks. It's real simple. When you privatize something, they don't live under the same scrutiny, rules, and regulations that if it was under government control. And I'm more comfortable with that, the government control. If I'm going to go across a bridge or through a tunnel, an overpass, then I want to know that it's safe. And my tax dollars is going into the pot to make sure that that's taken care of. Not until the concrete starts to fall apart and the steel is so rusty that it can't hold itself together anymore. Now, there are some overpasses in Chicago that are like that. And some of the train trestles. And those things need to be fixed. Have they started working on those things there in Chicago? Because I remember seeing a lot of rust hanging on those damn trains.
I have not personally seen or heard.
Mm-hmm. Any upgrades?
Any upgrades or improvement. Not saying, of course, that it has happened, but me personally, I haven't seen it in the news or people that I know haven't talked about that at all.
Gotcha. Well, that's something that needs to be done.
Oh, absolutely.
So, Mr. Mayor, get on it. Fix the infrastructure there in Chicago. You're getting all those tax dollars. Fix stuff.
That's right. Do it.
Get it done. And Chicago has a lot of old underground infrastructure there. A lot of the sewage.
Oh, big time.
A lot of the sewage tunnels are made out of bricks. They were done, 100 years ago?
Yeah, bricks and mortar and like copper and iron wires.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of that stuff needs to be replaced. Not next week, right now.
Oh, yeah.
And most of America, especially in some of the older cities, are all in the same situation. St. Louis, Chicago, Kansas City, New York, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Washington, all these major cities have the same issues, especially in the Midwest, because your weather is hard. The cold and the water and the salt eats away at the infrastructure.
All right, it's classic wear and tear.
Absolutely. You know, the wear and tear here in L.A. on the roads. There's certain highways I don't even want to go on because they're so bumpy. You know, I'm going to open up a front end alignment company because I bet most of the cars are all jacked up. You know, you go down to 405, a lot of it is bumpy as hell. The 110, the southern part of the 110 between the 10 and the 105. I hate going on that thing, man. It sounds like you're driving over railroad tracks. It's just bumpy. It's horrible.
Yeah, same here. Depending on what neighborhoods or expressways you get on. I mean, you're looking at putting money back into your car just for tires and brakes alone.
That's right. And as I was saying in the little video I did Saturday, as I was coming through the real wealthy areas of Beverly Hills, and is part of that Bel Air, Carol?
No, Bel Air's more off of Beverly Glen.
Beverly Glen. Okay. So the Coldwater is all Beverly Hills?
I would say Beverly Hills, yeah.
Okay. So when I got down to Sunset, coming off of the Coldwater Canyon Road, it was like butter. It's so smooth, coming through that real nice neighborhood. But, as soon as you get out of those neighborhoods, man, it's back to hell.
Yeah, but Beverly Hills is like almost its own city.
Exactly. Yeah,
So
they've got
they
their own cops
repair
and everything.
stuff.
Yeah. And, but, even that part of Sunset where it's kind of windy coming off of the 405 going towards UCLA, parts of that needs some major repair.
Oh, on Mulholland?
Yeah.
Mulholland could be kind of frightening, too, now,
Oh,
because
big time.
people have skidded off there and they don't find their body till a year or two later.
Really?
Well, up by where Anita Pointer lives,
Uh-huh.
a motorcycle went off. Nobody knew it. And about a year later, they found his skeleton in his body.
Wow. He was coyote
And so
lunch.
you have these kids that go up there and race on that, up on Mulholland
Yeah.
and
Now,
down
that's real
Coldwater.
stupid.
Because I had a kid doing that, and turned out it was somebody I knew.
Mm.
Not that I told on him.
That's real stupid. Because those turns up there, and there's some real tight turns, man. I mean, you can be born and raised up there, but one little hair turn mistake, and that's your ass. You're right. You're off the edge.
And when it rains, you definitely do not want to go up there a couple of days later. 'Cause
Yeah. Mud
chances
slides.
of slides and rocks will happen.
Now, is Anita's house on a ledge like that?
No, it's in the summit.
Okay.
The summit's a gated community. Like J-Lo used to live there, and then Gwen Stefani bought her house. But then Gwen's trying to sell that house for, I think, 20-something million.
Damn.
I can't imagine paying that. I wouldn't care how much money I have. If I could go and do something like that, I would rather give it to people that need money.
Yeah.
I just think that's selfish.
I mean, if you want to live that way and you can afford that, it's fine. But if I had $1 billion right now, I would definitely have a nice place to live in, no question. Would I
A nice
spend 20,
place,
30,
but,
40,
yeah.
$50 million for it? No, absolutely not. If I wanted to be in that environment, you can rent a damn house. But you don't need to own it. Go rent it for a week or a month and chill. Have a good
Well,
time.
now renting, they're paying $75,000 a month for
Or
some
more.
of those houses.
Yeah.
So it's a
God
good
bless you.
investment if you could rent them out for that. But
Yeah.
how long do you think this will go like this where properties are so high?
I don't know. Everything comes to an end, I believe.
Well, we've had this happen before out here, and people overpaid, but then they're a little more careful because the last time they did that, they let people that made no income pay $500,000, give them loan, and then they couldn't keep the home. So I don't think that's. I know my place has. I paid $152. I owe more than that because I had a fire, but. I could sell it for probably $700,000, $600,000 tomorrow, but
Wow.
maybe in 2 months it's going to go even higher because some new ones went up and they're one bedroom selling for $1 million. I'm not going to pay that. I'm going to go buy a house If I want a big fancy house, I'll go buy it in another state where I can get what I want for less, because I just think that's greedy. It's like everything you've seen predicted is coming true.
Yeah.
So it scares you. Is
I-
the world getting ready to end? I mean, because it does say the greedy get greedier.
Yeah. I had a guy yesterday I picked up, and he said I asked him, I said, is this Culver City or L.A.? He says, well, it's kind of like on the edge. Neither city really wants to claim that part of the neighborhood or whatever. But he said his house is 1,500 square feet. And he rents out, he lives in it, he lives up on the top floor, and he rents out the rest of it, and he has a garage that he converted into a bedroom. But he says he's making $12,000 a month on Airbnb. Can you imagine?
But they're trying to take control of that now too, where you're only allowed to rent it so many times out of the year.
Really?
Yeah, you know how our government is.
Yeah, he didn't
They
mention.
want to keep everybody where nobody can really do anything.
Well, they're charging you taxes.
Was
on
it in
so
Culver City or Beverly Wood?
Well, I asked him that. He said it was. He says technically it's Culver City, but Culver City doesn't want to support the neighborhood.
What street was that?
Oh God, I don't remember.
I could rent my place for probably $4,500, $5,000. Probably
Yeah.
more for my place than people that live in better houses in different areas.
Mm-hmm.
It's just everybody wants to live in Culver City now because
Yeah.
our police are such assholes. You look like you don't
And you're
live
in a
there.
you're in a gated community, so it's
Yeah.
it's nice. You got the pools and it's
We got
it's a nice
lakes,
neighborhood. Yeah,
little ponds and that.
That's right.
But
Yeah.
it isn't even just that. It's just the area. It's more of a safe area.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to play with you. You come over there starting crap.
yeah.
They're not going. And if they think you don't live over there, they'll do your
Harass
license
you, huh?
plate,
Yeah.
and they'll find a reason to stop you. So
I haven't had that experience yet. Knock on wood. I did see the Loch Ness monster coming out of your lake over there.
you did.
Yeah, I saw him the other night. I was driving by, and he was an ugly sucker too.
You know what I love though, because I don't use the pools, but we have these real old people that think they own the pools, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of families in there now. Because
Uh-huh.
at one time, this was the older person's place
Mm-hmm.
before they changed the law, and then it was the back lot of MGM Studios.
Mm-hmm.
And they tell kids to move over, get out of my. And there's a pool they could go to, the adults, if they don't
Yeah.
like it. And I love it when I see the ducks in there swimming in the morning.
And crapping and pissing
Oh,
in
I
the pool.
love it because those old people, and I mean, not
lose
all
it.
older people, but
Yeah.
there's a group of them that
Yeah.
I don't even go to the homeowners meetings because I went once and it looked like never seen these people. They climbed out of coffins or something. And they just veto everything, and they're still back in the, I don't know what days.
Yeah, they've been in their condos so long they don't come out and deal with the real world.
No,
I would imagine
They
they would.
come out for meetings so they could
Yeah.
try to boss.
Right. I would imagine they'd probably run you out of the meeting. You know?
No, because I'm a very quiet person.
No,
unless
but-
there's something I have something to say.
Well, that's my point. You would probably get too vocal for them.
No, I've been to a few. I say what I come there for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I only go there if there's something I don't like they're doing.
Right.
You know, I feel they're not my landlords. You get homeowners, the board members, and the
Yeah.
manager. They think you're renting from them, and I have to remind them, no, you're working for me. And all the security people like me because I'm nice to them. I don't treat them like they're beneath me because they're not beneath me.
Yeah. They have to do a job. Like
yeah,
everybody else.
they're doing a job just like I do. But there are people that are not nice to them.
And that's so unnecessary. You know, especially
You want to
never
know
wanna-
something though?
you
It's
know-
the younger people.
yeah, you
The
never want to
millennials that are
disrespect
rude.
the security department. Okay, that's the last person you want to piss off because they're there to protect you. And if you're acting like a jackrabbit, they may turn a blind eye to somebody coming in through your window or something. Then yeah, get her. She's a pain in the butt. I don't like her anyway. I'm not gonna call 911. They're spiteful people like that.
Well, board members are kind of like what's running our country.
Yeah, right.
They just think they can change anything. They couldn't have pets for years. I mean, I hid mine, but the way I felt, I had cats. They don't go outside of my place.
yeah.
But now we have dogs and cats, and whatever.
Well, I mean, even if they have these little rules, and if you can get a doctor to give you a document to say it's
They can't stop you.
right,
Unless you're leasing and you make a point on that lease and you make sure it gets notarized stating you do not allow service dogs. Because a lot of
I
people
don't think-
are
I think
doing
it's
that now.
Yeah, I think it's a federal law. They can't overturn. Even going on an
If
airplane.
you're in a private gated community, you can, if you don't want them in your place, you can definitely. And now you know what they're doing? They're charging rent for those pets.
Mm.
People make them pay rent every month for that pet.
I'd like to challenge that one.
They can make you pay rent for your pet. They're doing it. Type it in. Los Angeles paying rent for pets. Everybody I know that's renting is paying rent for a pet now. I'm sorry. That's my place. And if I don't want somebody's big Great Dane living in my place when I rent it, that's my thing. If they told me they had no pets, I know I could, with the law, and they sign something, then legally to me it should hold if we go and we get it notarized with witnesses. You can't tell me they didn't know what they were signing. That's like a
Yeah.
place that don't want kids. You're allowed to rent a place and tell them you don't want children. You're not taking children. They sign that lease and it states that, and you have it notarized because the people I had in recently, that's what the cops told me. Even though they put them out for me, they told me next time you go to a notary
Yeah.
and you do everything legally. Because
Well.
I think that's my decision. I don't think if I don't want certain things in there, I don't have to deal with it.
Yeah, that's kind of tough in a.
And I can make your
apartment
life
or-
miserable if you want to rent a room from me and
Yeah.
start crap. I will make your life miserable.
But see, why I would never rent a room to someone because I think that it's just too much. You know, it's who's going to live by your rules 100%?
But then, how many rooms are rented in the house you're in?
And no, that's irrelevant. I'm saying how many people are really going to live up to your rules and regulations as to how you want to run your house? See, in my opinion, when you have your own place, you have it because you want to live a certain way. And the same thing when you go to rent an apartment. There's rules and regulations that are set forth by the people who are running the apartment, the management, or the ownership, or a condo association. There are rules and regulations that everyone should or must abide by. But if you have a private home, okay, it's your private home, why would you want to invite people in to rent a room to them, knowing that maybe you have some really strict rules and regulations? You can't do this. I don't want you to do. You can't use my TV, or you can't do this. I wouldn't even want to entertain the idea of doing that.
Well, I would think if you had a room,
If you're
you'd
that
have
private.
your own TV.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying in general. What if the room does not have a TV, but you don't
But
want them
you
to
need to go
use
buy
your
a
TV?
TV.
Okay.
I would. I've had TVs in every one of my rooms, and cable, and they never used them. I was just paying for cable in those rooms for no reason.
Right.
So I took the cable out. It was, why am I doing this if nobody's going to use
it.
that?
Yeah. Well, that makes economic
Internet,
sense.
the reason why I make them get their own internet, because I have a kid that's lived there 5 years. He was using up all the whatever you call it because
data.
he was downloading movies and doing
Mm-hmm.
this. Every time I had to go in there, and I used to use my computer as a business,
Mhm.
I couldn't get in.
Yeah.
It would run real slow. So I made him get his own internet because of what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And, most people do expect you to get your own.
Well, but I wouldn't want to go through that. As a homeowner, I wouldn't invite that into my world.
Well,
That's
nowadays,
just me.
because the cost of living is so high, most people are, if they have extra rooms, renting them out.
Yeah.
And I don't care when I have somebody, you can cook, do whatever, but just clean your mess. I'm not
Right.
going to come up behind you and have to clean behind you.
Well, see, that's why I wouldn't want to do it, because I don't even want to have that conversation with someone about, hey, man, you didn't, you left pots on the stove and dishes in the sink, and You didn't, unload the dishwasher. I don't even want to have
Yeah,
that
but what I think's
conversation.
bad when people rent from somebody and
Yeah.
they leave a mess in the kitchen.
Yeah. I don't even
Because
want
I
to do
see a lot of that. But I don't have a problem with people using the kitchen. That's part of the reason I rent.
it. Yeah.
Just so they clean their mess. I stress that to them.
Right.
Anybody that walk in my place could see it's obvious I like a clean place.
Yeah.
I don't care what you do to your room. You want to pee in a can, pee in a can. That's your thing. But as far
Yeah.
as my
I
bathrooms,
don't want you peeing in the can in my house. I don't want to do that.
Okay, now wait a minute. Now,
See,
I was with you up until peeing in the can. Now,
Certain restrictions apply.
absolutely.
I mean, in other words, I don't go in their
Yeah.
room.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never open that door or go in their room.
Yeah.
Now, if there was a fire or something, I had to go in there, but
Right.
I don't. And I don't want to.
Right.
Now, if there's a smell coming from there, yeah, I tell the kid that lives there, your
That's the
room.
pee in the can.
I go, your room stinks. Could you either clean it up because it's coming out the cracks, or
yeah,
else.
the wafting of piss throughout the
And
room there.
I'm funny with the bathroom. What I do every morning, I'll shove Ajax in it, and I'll put other stuff, and I put a scrub brush. In other words, that's what it's. And I'll put Windex in because I have these glass bowl sinks. I'll put Windex there. It's like nobody wants to see your dirty toothpaste spitting out.
Yeah.
So, but most people are pretty cool. It's just I made a mistake and brought all three of them the other ones were all drug addicts and drunks. I mean,
Yeah.
one peed all over my floor.
Oh no. See, you see
Come on,
that.
what tips you off about the drug and the drugs? Come on. What
I
tips
don't
you
do
off there,
drugs
Carol?
or drink, so
Yeah.
Yeah, but what
they're
what tips you off that
obnoxious.
they work?
Have you ever
Don't
been?
invite that into your world.
But see, you don't. Sometimes I feel sorry for people.
Oh, you
Like the
can't do
one
that.
guy I let in, his mother was my friend, and she died, and
Give him $50 and tell him to go get
that.
it wrong.
But
There
I
you
put
go.
him out, and then the next one, I've let her come in 3 or 4 times, but this last time, that was it. And she
Yeah.
knew to get out. She didn't even hesitate. She didn't take her clothes, nothing. She was out that door. When I went up there and stepped in pee,
Yeah.
Come on.
I was furious. She had
Wait,
peed
hold on.
on my
Did-
floors.
Did you gather the pee to put in some wine?
I don't know why she was peeing on the floors. I guess because they get so drunk. And
Yeah.
she's ridiculous because she wants to blame everybody but herself. And it's like, you're not going to get sober till the day you accept the blame yourself. Because you're the blame. She wants to call police on people. That's why, she was baiting me to hit her. But I knew better because I know how she calls the police on people. And in this state, they will put you out of your own place. Then the next girl, she was even crazier. So I will only take foreign students.
Oh, come on, Carol.
No, I will
Okay.
not take an American. You have to be
How
a
about-
foreign
how
student
about
to
this?
stay in my place.
Come to Chicago and get some of these rubes and take them back with you.
Right.
They'll show you how to get pissed off at people, okay?
Yeah.
Oh no, I know how to get
would
mad.
never
Here we go with piss
but
again.
California has laws. I have had friends that had to leave their own place.
Yep. It's hard
So,
to evict people here.
Not in this state. You don't just put people. You have to really make them a little afraid of you. Like the last one, where she made a mistake when the police came. The security called the police, and when they came, she tried to tell them that I was locking her in this room. Now, Leo'll tell you it's a loft. It's
Yeah.
wide open.
Can't lock anybody.
How am I
in.
locking her in there?
It's
Then she
impossible.
said I make her cook. She's never cooked for me because I wouldn't eat her cooking.
Just a little slave.
So
girl,
I
huh,
was
Carol?
lucky because of her nasty little attitude. I stayed quiet. They told her, get your stuff, get out. So they put her out, but she had left some stuff, and they called and asked, was it all? And I said, as long as you guys are standing here while she moves, gets the rest. But she started up again, and then they warned her, you can't come back anymore. But she was doing something up there because I seen stuff on that bed. It was like
Yeah, she was
black ashes or something, and there was
Yeah.
a pipe sitting there. And
Yeah.
I don't live like that. I didn't trust her with my cats.
Well, you shouldn't, and that's why I say I would never invite people in under those conditions. I mean, you can have a friend come over and spend a weekend or a week, 2 weeks, but after that, Gotta go, gotta go.
No,
That's
to be
right.
honest, the kids from the Arab countries, I've had Muslim kids, they were the best. They didn't even cook. They go out and eat, and you'll see to come over here, they come from very wealthy families. They were very nice to me. And the kid that's been there for 5 years, he's very nice. He's past that stage of thinking I'm his maid, because when his mother came, she was like a maid to him. And we had to set that straight when he told me, I'm a man. I said,
get your
well,
man
in
ass out of my
America,
house.
honey,
Go get
you
your own
clean.
house and be a man.
One day, though, he's so cute. He's never been with a woman.
Get out of here, man.
Right?
He's 24, 25, never been with a woman. He wants to talk to me. I said, okay, what's wrong, Jim? Well, my dad wants me to date. I said, yeah, well, you should be dating. He said, I don't have that feeling. I said, what feeling? I don't have the feeling for a woman. And then he says, I'm a late bloomer. And I wanted to say no, because every time you go out, it's with other men. I
You think
wanted
he's
to
gay?
tell him, yeah, I think he might be, but he's probably afraid to
He
let
doesn't
it
know?
loose. I don't know. I don't think so. Rain heard him.
Well, if you're dating men, I mean, it's kind of obvious, right?
I don't know if he goes only out with, he dates, it's not a date. He goes to movies with guys, but
Okay.
he just feels he's a
Sounds
late
like a date
bloomer.
to
He
me.
doesn't have that
Yeah.
feeling. What feeling?
He's
Okay,
not
if you
attracted
go
to
out with
women.
a
That's
if
what
you
he
go
was
out with
saying.
a
What
if you
should
go
I
out with a
put-
guy
Should I have said,
and if you go to a guy, for example, and you sit in the movie theater in the seats, and there's no seat between you, rule,
That's a date.
and you sit next to him, and you're rubbing kneecaps and stuff like that, and trying to do other things at night in the seats there, then I think that's we're probably
I
homosexual.
can't agree with you there. I go to movies with
Okay,
women
all right.
and sit right next to them.
Well,
No, that's fine. There's nothing
yeah.
wrong with that. I'm just saying, but certain guys have a certain rule. Like, for example, like we go to the bathroom, public bathroom, you do not try to stand next to the person. There's that middle stall
See, and
rule.
us
that
women, we will go in groups of 5 to a bathroom. But
Oh, yeah,
men
that's y'all,
don't.
though.
Yeah,
Men
but,
don't.
yeah, but guys don't do that. No, that's
No, because
guy rule number one.
You stand up.
Guy rule number one.
Yes, we stand up.
Guys don't say, "Hey man,
You don't never look over to the right to see
Hell
what he
no.
might be packing.
no, hell
No, I have to urinate. I ain't got time to look around. I'm trying to get this out of me.
If I do that, I might piss on his kneecap. He can walk out with a wet leg. No,
Right.
no. Guy rule number one: guys do not, in a group or two guys, go to the men's room together like women do, because we just don't do that. That's guy
We don't
rule
do
number
it.
one.
Right.
Rule number two: at 24 years old, you do not go to a movie with a buddy on a regular basis, unless you are a Trekkie. you go to some movie like that, but never go out with a girl. No.
Right. Unless you're a
at 24.
Trekkie. Right. 24 Trekkie
Well,
or some sort of sci-fi, or
Yeah.
you mentioned about buddy, or you're a butt buddy. That's two different things.
Yeah.
You know the funny story though is his dad wants him to date a black woman. I go,
Well, maybe you
she
should.
will beat your ass. The
Yeah, well,
things you
she-
do, she is not
Well,
going
if he's
to
gay,
put up with.
date a black man. A gay black man. What
No,
about
this
that?
is his dad tells him this because I guess
Date a
in
black woman.
China, a lot of the black women that are over there, the Chinese men love them.
Yeah.
There's a
that's what I
very
hear.
billionaire over there, and his wife is black.
Mhm.
So, but I thought that was funny when he told me. I honestly think though he might like one of my clients because whenever she comes, she spends the night. He's all excited.
Really?
Yeah,
How old is she?
she's older.
Yeah.
She's from New Mexico. She's blonde.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly think he has a crush on her.
Is
I
she
don't
single?
know. No, she's married.
She's married. She want to fool around?
No, I don't.
No.
If she would only fool around if you had money.
Yeah.
She comes for
Oh,
money,
okay.
so she's not going to go anywhere else.
Yeah.
And she
Yeah,
likes
poor bastard.
doctors. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a trip
you know,
because
we ought to take
roommates.
this on as a project, and let's set up a date with a girl.
I have offered that, and he said, "Oh no." I've offered it many times to
Well, see,
introduce them.
there's one or two ways to do that. You can set him
Now
up with
he
a blind
has
date.
female friends, but he gives them advice. And that, so I don't
On
know.
what?
I don't know. I don't sit there and listen, but But it's funny with the Arab kids. I didn't really see them dating, but they don't bring stuff there or talk
Yeah.
about it. They're gone most of the time, and they were very well mannered kids.
Yeah.
I just rather not have an American person living in my house. These kids are all they check their backgrounds, everything,
Well,
and they're
let's-
scared because if they mess up, they know they could get sent back. He
Let-
won't
let's-
go home this summer because his grades are bad.
Let's hook Jimbo up. We're gonna
Jimbo.
yeah, we're gonna hook Jimbo
Well,
up.
they'll give
I had
you
a guy
they
yesterday in my
make up
car
an
named Jimbo.
American name, so because you can't usually say their name.
Right. So Jimbo, we're gonna hook up. We're gonna take up a little collection here. All the guys from the Lee Michaels show. We're gonna put a little pool of money together, and we're gonna get him a girl. Now you're gonna have to leave the house for a little bit, maybe about an hour.
She ain't coming in my house.
Come on,
Yeah,
Carol.
depending on
come
how he
on.
operates, only
Come
time I
on.
need maybe 2 minutes,
Not a
depending on
paid
what he
woman,
does.
no.
No, come on. We gotta break the shell. See, he's in
No,
a shell.
I would never do that to him. I wouldn't want someone to do that.
Oh,
to
stop
me.
being mommy.
I mean, I don't
Damn.
date, and if someone did that to me, I'd be furious.
The man needs to get laid. Come on. So we're just gonna hook him up and get him a girl.
Yeah,
That's
help him
gonna-
out.
Yeah. And then he'll feel better about himself, and then we'll know one way or the other which way, what's his preference.
I don't notice preferences because having
But you won't know.
son,
Right?
my
You need to
son
find out.
at a certain age was in the shower for a couple hours.
Okay.
With Jim, that don't happen.
All right. So again, we need to get him a girl and see what happens. If
Oh,
he,
I-
Jimbo needs to get laid.
Period.
Or you gonna give him a hand? Literally? No. Let him date.
yeah.
Yeah, I think he needs to. I think it's very
Yeah.
important that he does because he's 25 now.
Yeah.
There you go. That's great.
But I'm not going to set him up with a prostitute.
Oh, come on.
Oh, why not? They're not clean.
No, I'm
We'll
not
make sure
saying
she's
they're not
cool.
clean. I think if he was to be with someone, he
Excuse me.
would like him, and I wouldn't want to see his feelings hurt.
No. See, here's the thing.
And
But this
I
is
wouldn't
guy
want
talk
him
now.
to have to pay every time.
No,
He
no,
sees
no,
her.
no, 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 no. That ain't gonna.
Because see,
that's
usually
not
a
gonna
young
be the end
man, you
result.
fall in love with the first one.
Well, that's fine. I mean, there's a lot of guys that fall in love with hookers.
Yeah. What was that song back in the day? I'm in love with a stripper.
Yeah,
It happens.
that's okay. But
I
he'll
know
get
a lot
over
of guys that end up marrying the stripper. They leave their wives.
that. Sure.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a job. I mean, what's the difference in the way people walk around now than a woman stripping?
Oh, that's my point. But I just think that he's probably a shy guy, and he just needs to, we got to break that shell, one way or the other. That's and that's a guy. I'm speaking from a guy perspective,
Yes.
and I know guys like that. I've known guys, but they can't be walking around, like that around me, man. You got to, like man up, shit.
Exactly. Like you said, he's 25.
Yeah.
He's lonely. He's confused. He's probably got backed up plumbing. So give him the date or give him the hooker whore and let him clean out his plumbing. He needs to get that out.
Got to get that
He's backed up.
experience. Yeah.
Right.
If you never have that experience, man, can you imagine being
Ooh.
30, 35 years old and never been laid?
He's
That
25.
poor bastard.
Well, I'm just saying, at the rate he's going, he could be
had a female
35.
client. She was Harvard Law Review, all that. She wasn't with a man till she was like 26.
Well, that's fine, but, that's by choice. But I think it's time, and I think his daddy's right. Maybe he should get a black woman.
Yeah, his dad is right that he needs to
Oh,
date.
man, he's going to be lost and turned out.
See? But, hey, that's probably what this guy needs.
Man, this dude is Asian, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's Chinese.
Man, if he get with a black woman, he going to come out trying to get some Air Jordans on and get his hair braided and go to Chicken and Waffles and everything else. So
Well, that's all
she
right.
going to turn him out, man. Break his ass half in two.
Well, that's probably what he needs. I get mixed couples all the time that I give lifts to.
Yeah, that'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, with him, he's very funny how he eats, but he doesn't realize eating rice every day is really bad for you. You could get
Yeah.
diabetes.
Not only that, it'll rot your teeth out.
I
too.
try to tell him this, but
Diabetes.
oh no, you guys don't know how to eat in this country. And I go,
well.
well, I'm sorry. And those pork balls you eat all the time, I mean,
Pork
Pork
balls.
balls.
Well, they're little round balls. He says it's pork balls. I don't think it's balls, but it looks like they're little made from pork. He doesn't
like
realize he
wonton?
doesn't eat real healthy because he doesn't use bone broth. He uses chicken broth, which is loaded with sodium. I showed him how much sodium was sitting in it.
They don't care.
Well, he'll care when he has high blood pressure or he drops dead. I have to tell him all the time, but people are funny when they think when you go to a Chinese restaurant, they don't eat half that food that
Yeah.
that's Americanized, just like Mexican food. It isn't those greasy
Or pizza.
tacos. They do soft tacos.
Yeah.
It's funny because living with the Chinese guy, I would think I was going to get some great chow mein and all that.
They don't eat that, huh?
No.
So what's his diet like? What does he make?
See, this is
Right,
another
he's-
thing. He eats a lot of noodles.
Okay. Ramen noodles?
But he doesn't eat it like we do,
Ramen-
all the
ramen
chow
noodles?
mein. No, he buys these from a Chinese store.
Okay.
And he puts them in a steam, like there's a steamer and then it's got a thing on top where they can, part of it can cook something and then the other part
Mm-hmm.
steams.
Does he put the pork balls on top of the steamer there?
No, usually the pork balls go into a thing on the stove, this new pot they have. It's a very interesting pot. You can steam food in 5 minutes in it. He's buying me one. But he boils most of his stuff. Like the other day, he buys pot pies. And I go, what are you cooking? I look in there, and he's steaming a pot pie.
He's steaming it?
What kind of machine is this?
It's a pot. He's steaming it. I said,
Steaming the
why
pot
are you
Is it-
steaming a pot?
It's a pressure cooker.
No, it's not a pressure cooker. It's just a regular. It's a new pot made from some type of material. Because when I went to this one TV show, they gave me one, but I gave it away. I wish I hadn't. No, he was steaming. He steams the pot pie. I gave him. He wanted some spaghetti sauce I made one day, and I go, sure, here. I gave him a bowl of it, and he dumps it in with all the boiling water.
Oh, damn.
I go, what are you doing? But see, now I won't let him use the microwave any longer because when his mother came, they broke my microwave.
You probably put some
And
metal
he
in it.
refused to pay for it. No, so I said, you don't want to pay for it? Don't use my microwave. So I won't let him use it now because if you break something of mine and you don't want to pay for it, then you don't use it. So that might be why he always boiled the pot pies. I've just
Hey,
never
Lee, can you do me a favor real quick? I'm sorry, and recap the story. Laura just joined us in the chat, and she wants to know what's going on with Jimbo and hookers.
Well, Jimbo is living at Carol's place, and he doesn't have a girlfriend. And we're trying to figure out if he's interested in girls or not. And what we were talking about is maybe putting all the guys that listen to the show and a part of the show, we'll put a little collection of money together and get him a date and see what the outcome is.
You done lost your damn
He
mind.
is not going to do that.
Well, you don't know.
He's a young guy. He could get a woman if that's what he wants right
Well,
now.
but that's what we got to
obviously
find
does-
out, if that's
No.
what he
Right.
wants.
His dad,
His father wants him to date a black woman. We have to intervene and make sure that happens. We're black. We got, we're pro our own.
I don't care whether she's black or not. It could be a chicken head.
I'm just
I
saying
don't
for the
care.
record
but,
here, for the story. I mean, I don't care either, but his father requested that.
It's
Yeah,
funny you
right.
say that because I don't know if I've been doing these datings with people introducing me, and did I told you what that guy said? He
Were you
said to
doing
me,
online dating?
"Well, are you a?" He goes, "Well, you're a white woman. I don't like white women." Well, what do you call? I said, "No." I said, "Part of me's white now, so depends on what part." I said, "I'm mixed," and he cracked me up because he went on and on about when he grew up, all these things happened to him. I said, "But is it happening now?" He said, "No." I said, "Now, why would you stay on the phone with me an hour if you don't want somebody that's mixed with anything?" Which was weird to me.
What was his preference? What was he looking for?
He wanted a date.
I know, but,
And my
but
ex-mother-in-law,
he didn't want to date a white woman.
she
he
told
did.
him I was a white woman. She knows I'm not a white woman. She goes
Well,
by my skin because I'm
right.
pale.
You
She always
pass.
used to say to me, "Oh, Tony needs to be with a beautiful black chocolate woman like me and
okay.
not you. And I go,
Well, you date him.
what is your problem?
Oh, we don't want that, though.
She would say horrible stuff like that to
Yeah,
me
she's
all
an
the
idiot.
time. But I just found it amusing how this guy stayed on the phone for an hour just talking to me. But I would try to tell him,
Well-
well, which part? Because I'm a mixture of a lot of things. So which part do you think is white? I just thought it was funny because I've never had somebody approach me like that. Why are you calling me? If she had told you that, and why would you call me? I mean, would
He
you
was
call?
tripping.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was tripping.
And he probably can't have sex because he made a point of telling me he had prostate cancer and his prostate was removed.
Uh, how about TMI, Carol? How about TMI? Just a little TMI, okay?
I think what maybe if we can't put a collection together for Jimbo, maybe we need to do something for Carol over here. 'Cause it
No,
sounds like
you really don't.
Carol
because
needs a little
You'd be
workout.
shocked how many times me being a
What
woman,
kind of workout?
I have no problem catching men. Believe me.
Well, okay, but why don't you
I'm
why don't
just
you date
very
somebody?
because I don't like anybody that's hit at me. I've got to like
Oh.
you.
Okay, so what are the parameters? Let's
I
let's
don't
lay
know.
it out
I
here.
don't judge a guy by his looks.
Yes.
I
Okay.
don't judge him by
So
looks.
you're
Yeah.
an ugly man.
I don't
Has-
I don't care if
Lee
he's
just
ugly.
lost his
Looks
damn
is
mind.
nothing.
This happened years ago.
No. Lee's I've all day I've heard Lee talking about taking up collection. We all, you know.
He
you go
doesn't need to
fund
get a
me.
collection
You-
from me because
You go fund me
they
your ass on Facebook, Lee. You go fund me, okay?
No.
Anybody taking up
You-
no damn collection? What's wrong with you?
Okay, but all right, so maybe Carol don't need a collection, but maybe she just needs a little advice from the guys,
No.
from the Lee Michael Show guys, and
what
help her out.
what advice are you going to give me? You're going to tell me I'm wrong because
no, we're not
I
gonna-
don't like a guy that's been watching me for over a year.
No,
and
but
one day I decide
okay.
he can walk with
So,
me.
no, what
he
we need-
decides he can start trying to kiss my neck and put his, it was my answer when he did that. It's like, get
Okay.
your hands off me.
Where does this come from?
I don't know, man. She's
I told him about this
Right.
one too. I've been trying to
Right,
date,
but
and
this came out of nowhere.
because these are my dates that I've been trying to date, and it just leads to one thing.
But wait a minute. Okay, so this guy
This was another one, a younger guy.
okay, so this guy's seen you out there walking. You've seen him,
Yeah.
and you allowed him to walk with you, and then he became a little more
Well,
aggressive,
he's
right?
been speaking that to me for what, about a year or two?
Okay, so
I'm very nice to people. So I told him, yeah. He thought I was going to just, I said, no, I come out here to exercise. You want to walk? So next thing I know, he's leaning down, acting like my shoes untied. I go, what are you doing? Tying you. I said, my shoe ain't tied. Get up.
okay.
So then we're walking. All of a sudden, his hand slips around my waist. I said, get your hand off me. You know, men can feel the same way if they don't.
right.
Then we're walking further. He tries to go up at my neck. I said, I'm going to ask you again, don't touch me. Then we're walking. He starts telling me how great he is in bed. Now, if you're great in bed, you don't have to tell nobody.
Yeah, you don't have to broadcast.
You don't have to
Just
broadcast
do
it.
right?
He went on and on. And he's
this is the
how-
younger guy,
Younger
right?
guy, how
Okay.
he can do it constantly.
How young is
But
he?
you know what? I don't know.
What would you
Maybe about 35.
Okay, so
Then he says to me, he says, you know what I really like? I love your big lips. That was it.
okay.
That was it. It's over now.
So well, it
We're
should have
not
been
talking.
over from the jump, unless you're interested in a 35-year-old man.
No, I wasn't
Otherwise,
interested in
why
dating.
even inviting him
I didn't
to walk
invite
with
him,
you?
you guys. He comes out to the beach all the time, and I'm just a nice person. There's women that ask me, do I mind if they walk with me? I go, sure. So I'm just saying, I wasn't
Okay.
looking to date the
Okay,
man.
so let's get
Maybe
back to the.
he was looking for that, but I wasn't.
Okay, let's get back to.
I don't
what
really
you-
like younger men.
Okay, so younger men. Let's put an X next to that. That's
Yeah, I don't
no.
like.
I'm writing it down. No younger.
But I don't want no
Oh,
older man
younger.
either that ain't taking care of himself.
YOUNG.
All right, so no, that's an X. All right, so what age range would you be amenable to?
I can't really say. I don't know.
You got to have some idea.
No.
Okay, well, is 80 too old?
If a younger guy hit at me and there was something about him, 80.
Wait, is
I
80
don't
too
know.
old?
It depends on if he's an 80-year-old that acts like an old man, or if he's an 80-year-old that still gets out and walks and exercises and does
so the
stuff.
chances are very slim that there's that many 80-year-old guys that still that active. That's a handful.
I see a lot of 80-year-old men walking at the beach, older men that look
How
great.
many? What does an 80-year-old act like? When he acts like old man?
He is old. Shit.
Carol, maybe it's, maybe it's
When
you.
when they're walking and they make it a fourth of a block and they can't breathe any longer.
Well, hell, you could be talking about me. Shit.
And you're not 80, right?
And I'm not 80.
Okay, so
what I'm saying,
we got to narrow this down.
He said 80.
At least-
Would I date an
keep trying to
80-year-old
narrow
man?
this down.
And so the answer to that is
I
no.
would date an 80-year-old man if he wasn't someone that just doesn't ever want to do nothing.
Okay, and
I'm a person, I like to exercise. I like to go listen to music. I don't want to sit in. I don't want a man to come over and say, I'll bring a few movies from Redbox and we'll sit down and we'll watch some Redbox movies. I can do that by myself. I like to just go
but it's the
somewhere.
experience that you
And
have
it doesn't
with
cost
the man.
money.
Okay, so
I'm not
okay.
one of those
so
women.
80-year-old is okay if he is still active.
Yeah.
And if you
And-
don't mind driving everywhere, because you're not.
Yeah, you don't want to drive, so okay.
You don't want to drive nowhere.
Okay,
but you
80-year-old
complain
active.
About the guy who wants it.
Okay, so what is the floor in terms of the youngest that you would entertain?
Well, there's young men that act more mature than older men.
Okay, we understand,
All right,
but
give
give
an
me a
age
number.
is
Give
what we're
me a
looking at.
number. The show is almost over.
Maybe maybe around 40.
40. Okay, so as low
Okay,
as
there you
40. Now, what about wealth? Do they need to be rich?
No, they don't.
Okay.
They don't. Why do they got to be rich?
Well, I don't know. We're trying to put a profile together here.
I don't want some man that doesn't want to work or do anything with his
Okay.
life.
Does not have
I don't judge somebody by how much
to-
money they make.
be.
And Carol, why in the hell are you
Rich.
listening to Lee?
Well, no.
He's going to fix you up either way. I know what you're saying, Lee. I know what you're saying.
I'm just trying to get some parameters so that there may be some guys out there that
You
are
know
listening
what
that might be
what I
interested.
really like? I like a man that knows how to dress.
Okay,
Because I don't
dress
dress.
well. Yeah, because you want you
But,
want the man to look
let me
nice,
tell- but
but you want to look like a hippie.
Lee's never went out with me. Now, if we went to a club, he would see a
WELL.
different Carol. I dress, but why am I going to dress to come
No.
here? I
Dress
work out
well.
before I come.
No, the
I
word
like
you're
guys
looking
that
for,
like
Chris,
to dress.
is inconceivable.
I like a guy that's very
I
clean.
am.
All right, so he needs to dress well.
I don't care if he's what they call
Absolutely.
unattractive. I don't judge people by that because
Okay, so he
Beauty
can be
comes from within.
unattractive.
he doesn't have to be super handsome. I don't look
How
at
about
those
how
men.
tall?
I don't care about height. He can be shorter than me.
Ugly
I've dated men
as
shorter than me.
Hell.
PHUCK.
Height has nothing to do with being a man.
Okay, so I mean, but come on, you would you date a
I have
a
dated
little
guys.
person?
I don't know if I would date a midget if I liked him. Yeah, I would
Oh,
date that one. The one from Games
Do
of
not
Thrones.
use
The one from Games of Thrones. I would date him.
M-word.
Okay, so
Alright.
so
The
Will,
guy on Games of Thrones, the little midget guy, I would date him. I know a lot of women that said they would date
Will
him. He's
date-
sexy.
What, the little guy on the
I
Game of
like him.
Thrones?
Yeah, Peter
yes.
Dinklage.
Yes, I like him.
Is
I
that
would
his-
date
Is
him.
that his name?
That's his name. The Dinklage gives it all away.
Yeah, right.
I would date him, but I wouldn't
Peter
date Minnie.
Dinklage.
What's the other one? Mini Me or whatever. I wouldn't date him.
From the Austin Powers
Okay.
movies.
Yeah, I wouldn't date him.
Okay,
He's
so
a
you
little
will
creep.
date a little
Oh,
person.
Lord Jesus,
Okay.
not even-
Now
No,
what's-
I would date the guy from Games of Thrones. They'd have to be like
well,
him.
he's a little person, so that's
Yeah.
a general category.
Oh, I would
Okay,
date him.
so
I think he's really.
Would you date a guy that was 7 feet tall?
No, Carol.
Yeah, why?
Oh,
I don't
Jesus,
care.
Carol.
What would be the
Didn't I
difference
just tell
between
you to
7
say
feet
no?
tall?
But there's some
I just
people.
told you to say no, Carol.
I'm not hung up on height.
But see, some people,
I'm
and
not
all I'm
hung
trying
up
to do
on
is put
heights.
together a profile. Some people have
But I don't.
things, preferences that it's just like my sister Margaret, who's deceased. She
Oh,
would
Jesus,
only
please.
date real dark-skinned guys.
Oh no, I don't.
That was her preference. And so that's why I'm trying to get this program.
I have
so
trouble dating,
7 feet is okay.
Yeah, I don't care how taller they are. I've dated guys way shorter than me.
Oh, you will.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So does he have to have a car?
Yes,
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
because I don't like driving.
Car, yes.
Oh, you've already established that.
Right. Are there any other things that are important to you? What about religion?
I don't care if he's religious as long as he don't try to push it down me.
Okay. Religion.
I don't like bodybuilder men. I really don't.
No.
No, because they go in
Okay.
bathrooms and they use a needle to do their steroids. Well, now they don't have to. They can take them with pill form. But they want to act like they're in the
No.
perfect, they want to tell you how to eat, but they'll take those pills to gain muscle. So I don't really like those kind of men. I don't want somebody telling me when I sit down, well, you got to have 2 egg whites and the chicken's got to be just no
Well,
seasoning.
Well,
That
you know,
leaves me out.
I don't. Well, it wouldn't bother me if somebody had a specific
No, I don't
diet.
care if they eat that way,
Right.
but don't push it on me. I
Right.
do eat healthy, though.
Okay.
I don't. Well,
What the hell is that? Oh Lord, Laura's checking in. Laura.
Laura.
You know what? This is the most ridiculous
Isn't it?
mess I have ever heard. You need to leave Carol alone.
Wait a minute.
You know you're not going to matchmake her with anybody.
No, they're
You're just
not.
having
I'm
a good
trying.
time.
They're not.
Don't- no,
you know what,
no,
Laura?
no.
They're not going to be able to.
Exactly.
Because I don't have a preference, to be honest.
Laura, you got something wrong on you, and you got an echo going.
You know what? That's because I don't have my mixer plugged in or my headset on.
You was just so
I'll call you
anxious
back.
to get in here, you just had to.
Exactly.
It didn't.
Just
Okay, but what is upsetting to you? I'm just trying to get a profile together.
Lee, you were
Just
trying
like when you
get
go to
me and Chris together.
Match.com.
You are not Match.com.
But I might be.
No, but you aren't.
You know what?
I might be a millionaire tomorrow, but I'm not one today.
But that's okay. We'll do you next.
No, you will not. You will not.
We put a profile together for you next. You're next.
You will not.
Yes, we will.
No, you won't.
Because you need some help too.
I need not any help.
I don't need help.
Exactly, Carol. What Lee
Y'all
should
don't know
do
what
is
you
go
don't know.
help the bear. Go help the bear.
Yeah, Lee.
You
No,
need
I'm
help.
sorry.
And we'll help other ladies out there that are listening. If
You
you
know,
guys
it's
need
funny.
some date
Laura,
hookups, we got
everybody
you.
that tries to help me,
See, she hung
it's
up.
ridiculous.
Come in here stirring up the pot and then leave. Typical Laura. You know, you just a shit
Well,
starter.
to be honest, it's really hard to pick somebody up because
No,
someone
you-
like me, because I don't have
Yeah, you're
preferences.
impossible.
I don't have a preference.
Yeah, you do.
I don't-
Everybody
I
has
don't
something that they
I
like or
don't
dislike
like
about
men
dating.
that think they're going to take me to dinner and that paid their way to some what.
Come on.
Okay,
What the
so
hell?
I mean, now you sounding like you're 18.
No, they do that still. It don't matter how old you are. They think if they buy you dinner, they're either going to get a blowjob or some
Oh,
vagina.
Jesus. Why
Well,
don't you be a little more? Why don't you be a little more, descriptive there, Carol? Jesus.
tell us what you really like, okay?
Yeah.
I just like a nice gentleman that I can have a conversation with, a man that's smart.
Go to the park.
Why the park?
That you find they talking to the pigeons. Take their place.
No, I don't have trouble, Alpha, with men. I really don't.
Oh, Lord.
I can honestly tell you every time I walk,
What
I
now,
have men
Laura?
try to
what?
talk to me.
What is
so
it that you want to say
I don't
now?
have trouble. Lee's the one that needs to date. I took him
I don't
to
want- I'm good.
what you would call a buffet when Brian McKnight
Listen,
was at the park. It
I've
was
been-
all women.
listen.
And he sat there like, I'm like, Lee, look at around you, all these women. And he didn't even want to look.
No.
So let's
Listen,
mix
I've been
Lee up.
married 62 times. I don't need no more dating,
what
wives, none of that. I'm done.
Exactly, and that's why you don't need to matchmake.
Thank you.
I can do
That's
whatever
like
I want to
Steve
do.
Harvey
Don't come in here
matchmaking
telling me
and
what I
telling women-
don't get smart with me,
If you
Laura.
can't do it for yourself, if you can't help yourself, how can you help anybody
but,
else?
But see, here's the thing. I'm good with that. I'm cool with where I am. I'm just trying to help my friend over
I
here.
don't need his help.
but you
She's
you
telling
you
that
might.
She doesn't want you to help her.
Well, okay, I'll help you.
Don't help me. You can help
You-
Chris, but don't help me.
You
No,
need.
Now, see, now you're talking garbage.
Yeah, let's get Chris a
Now you're
date.
talking, do not help the hell out of me. Leave me out of this, man.
Okay, all right. Well, let me just go
We'll
over
send
this
you to
profile
Jimbo.
here before we get cut off.
No, hell, see, now you're talking garbage again, man.
All right.
Liquid lunch. Liquid lunch. You got to stop drinking it during these hours.
All right. So Carol, no young men.
No, I
Well-
got to correct that. I
Well,
don't
your,
want
your
a young
age
guy.
range. Yeah, no, your age range is 40 to 80, as long as the
Oh, well,
80-year-old
I'm not
is
saying
active.
I wouldn't date
Right,
a
there you go.
25-year-old if he was real mature acting.
You know, if
We
you did
just
that,
asked you that
Yeah.
before.
see, you know what? You're impossible.
You know what? It doesn't matter. Nobody can fix me up. It has to
Thank
happen.
you, Carol.
It has to
There you
happen.
go.
What,
Nobody
what, what,
expected a
what-
blowjob.
okay, all right. As long as you don't have to give a blowjob. Money.
Alpha.
Yeah,
He-
that's a prerequisite.
No, no,
Well,
wait.
that's what he said. That's what Carol said. Carol brought that up.
She sure did.
I'm just repeating what
All
Carol
right.
said.
Hold on
That's
now.
got nothing
I got
that
my
would
list.
say.
Hold on. Money. He does not have to be rich. Okay. He needs to
Right.
dress well. He can be ugly as hell. Will date a little person. 7
Right.
feet tall is okay as well.
I said a little
There you
person
go.
if it's the guy from Games of Thrones.
Okay, the guy from Games
Peter
of Thrones.
Dinklage.
I like
Right.
him.
Dinklage. Okay, you want the Dinklage. All right, cool.
Yeah,
I
not
got
the
it.
She wants the dink.
Right. Okay. Car. He has to have a car.
Okay.
No bodybuilders.
Because they'll go in the bathroom and shoot up. Keep going.
Right. And that's as far as
No,
I've
they
gotten so
take
far.
pills now, but you go out with them.
I'm
and
sorry, pills.
They want to tell you how to eat, and the joke is they go and they take all this stuff that is illegal, and it's like,
Well-
how are you going to tell me about healthy?
Well, maybe
You
he'll
look
give you
like
the.
somebody blew you up like a balloon.
Well, maybe
you're
he'll
all
give you
puffy in the face.
the sexual experience of all time.
A lot of them, I heard,
There you
it
go. How about
shrinks.
that, Carol?
I heard
Really?
they can't have sex.
Ooh.
Oh,
It
it shrinks.
shrinks.
Okay.
All right. Oh, wait, I forgot one. Religion is not that big of a deal as long as he does not try to impose it upon you if you don't agree
Okay.
with the.
Well, I think
Ideology.
most people would feel like
Religion.
that. Even
Yeah.
politically, you can't. Those are two things you can't bring in a relationship.
Well, you know, the only thing about, because I dated a real religious girl one time. And, we were having sex and she started calling God. I lost it.
Well, I know she didn't think you were God.
She brought his name up a lot. Oh, Jesus, God, oh my God. I said, okay, I'm out. I'm out. It freaked me out. It did.
She
I'm
didn't,
being
she, didn't catch
honest.
the, she didn't catch the Holy Ghost while you're having sex. That's two different things, man.
Well, I mean, she just kept calling his name a lot. So I was
Okay.
uncomfortable. I didn't, is you talking about
Or
me?
chlamydia.
That could be a deal breaker.
Good one,
And with-
Alpha. Good
And
one.
with that, I'm going to excuse myself from the entire show.
Goodbye.
It's over.
Perfect timing.
And now tomorrow, Tuesday, it's Laura Tuesday. We're going to hook Laura up and get her in the dating scene. So we'll
don't do
continue
that.
this conversation tomorrow. Laura Rice
However,
is on the hot seat tomorrow. We will ask her a series of questions to find out what kind of man would she be interested in. That's all it is. I mean, whether or not it happens or not, it probably won't because I'm sure she's going to have some ridiculous requirements. But we'll try it out. We'll see what happens. So join us
already
tomorrow, 10 a.m. here on thepowerofvoices.com when it's all about Laura. She's speechless. All right.
Well,
Thank
that's the
you,
first.
Alpha. Chris, you have a great day there in Chicago, both you and Alpha. And Laura, what is this, a Chicago connection?
That's right.
Jeebity,
That's right. That's
weebity.
right.
And Carol, I don't know what to tell you. You just gotta let some of these
Well,
requirements.
I'm a little concerned about you with
Don't-
somebody screaming God.
Well, don't be concerned. I think she was having a good time.
She was all right with that.
She wasn't crying.
Yes,
she
sir.
wasn't calling for the
Have
police.
you ever had a gym shoe sub?
What?
No, I have not had a gym shoe sub, sir. No.
You've never had a gym shoe sub
Of-
from 84th and Stony Island?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I don't know where this is going, but we'll see
No,
you
no, it
tomorrow.
was just a question.
Goodbye, Alpha. Have a great day. Tell somebody you love them and mean it. Don't just say it just because it sounds good or it's politically correct. And I want to say a special prayer for my nephew, Al Woods, who's in Cleveland. He's been diagnosed with leukemia. And he had his first treatment today with those crazy drugs. So God bless all. We'll see you tomorrow right here at 10 a.m. Pacific time on thepowerofvoices.com. Bye-bye.